The sun was merciless that afternoon. It was the kind of summer day when the air feels heavy enough to crush your lungs, when the asphalt shimmers and the horizon bends in waves of heat. I had no real reason to be on that forgotten stretch of road. No errands, no appointments, just a wandering urge that made me take a detour. Looking back, I believe it wasn't chance at all. Something greater led me there, to that moment. At first I thought it was nothing, just a dark patch lying in the middle of the road. Heat can play tricks on tired eyes, and I had already seen mirages dancing along the pavement. But as my car drew closer, something inside me stirred. The shape wasn't still. It moved. It shifted like shadows breathing. I slowed down, my curiosity tinged with unease, and then, as I squinted against the glare of the afternoon sun, I saw it. My heart lurched violently in my chest. It was a snake, thick, long, glistening with scales that shimmered faintly in the light. But what froze me wasn't the serpent itself, it was what it held. Wrapped in its ruthless coils was a kitten, no bigger than the palm of my hand, a helpless creature, fur dusty and eyes half closed, gasping for life as the snake tightened its grip. For a heartbeat, I couldn't move. The scene paralyzed me. The small chest of the kitten barely rose, each breath a losing battle. The world shrank to that single moment, predator and prey locked in a dance of death, nature's cruelty laid bare before me. But something in me rebelled. I couldn't just watch. I slammed my palm against the horn, the blast tearing through the heavy air. The snake jerked its head, startled, its coils loosening for a fraction of a second. That was all it took. The kitten slipped free and darted toward the roadside, vanishing into the wild weeds that bordered the asphalt. Relief washed over me, but it was instantly drowned by something deeper, rage. A primal fury flared inside me, hot and sharp. That snake had nearly stolen a fragile life before my eyes. I felt no hesitation. I pressed my foot down hard. The engine roared, the tires screamed, and in one swift, brutal moment, the weight of my car crushed the serpent. The sound was sickening, bones snapping, scales tearing, but it ended quickly. Justice, I thought, justice for the innocent. Silence followed. My chest heaved, my hands trembled on the steering wheel. The world was still, the cicadas buzzing faintly in the distance. My heart hammered with adrenaline and something else. Guilt, maybe, or simply the shock of violence. But then I heard it. A small, broken sound. Meow! It was faint, almost too soft to notice over the hum of the idling engine, but it cut straight through me. I turned off the car and stepped into the blazing heat. The sun struck me like a hammer, sweat instantly prickling on my skin, but I barely noticed. My ears strained toward that fragile voice. I walked to the roadside, pushing through the tall grass and weeds, following the sound. And then I saw her. The kitten crouched low, trembling, her fur a mess of dust and fear, her eyes wide and glassy, locked onto mine. She was terrified, but there was life in her gaze, a spark that had survived despite the crushing coils. But I knelt slowly, speaking softly. "It's okay. You're safe now." My hand stretched forward, careful, unthreatening. She flinched at first, her tiny body shivering. But when my fingers brushed her back, she didn't run. She stayed. I lifted her gently, cradling her against my chest. I could feel her heart racing, a frantic rhythm of survival. But then, like a miracle, I felt the faintest vibration. A purr. Weak, trembling, but real. In that moment, something inside me shifted. She wasn't just a stray kitten anymore. She was a survivor, a fighter, a little soul that had stared death in the face and refused to give in. And I, by pure chance or fate, had been the one to witness it.
As I carried her back to the car, I made a silent vow. She would never wander alone again, never fight for breath against merciless coils. She would have a home, warmth, food, and love. I would be her protector, her family. I slid into the driver's seat with her curled in my lap. She pressed her face into my shirt, her body finally relaxing, exhaustion pulling her into sleep. I stroked her gently, promising aloud, "You're safe now. I've got you." Driving away, I glanced once in the rearview mirror. The broken body of the snake lay twisted on the asphalt, a shadow of violence against the burning road. It was a grim sight, but I didn't linger on it. My eyes returned to the little creature in my arms. Sometimes fate disguises itself as coincidence. That day, on a lonely road beneath the blistering sun, I was given a gift, a fragile mewing life that reminded me why we fight, why we care, why we protect. The memory of the snake still haunts me, the cold glint of its eyes, the suffocating coils, but stronger than that memory is the warmth I feel every time I hear her purr. She came into my life in the unlikeliest of ways, in the heart of danger and fear, and yet she has brought me peace. Life often hides its greatest lessons in unexpected moments. On that scorching summer day, I thought I was just a man driving down a forgotten road. But instead, I became a witness to the fragile line between life and death, cruelty and compassion. The kitten taught me something I will never forget. Even the smallest life matters. Even the weakest voice deserves to be heard. So if you ever find yourself in front of the choice, whether to look away or to act, choose kindness. Because sometimes saving a small life can end up saving your own.